Mobius, 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 Mobius.
When you try to draw that line from 64 feet to 64 feet, obviously the 63-foot elevation in the center does not form a straight line.
Can I ask where's the horizontal in relation to that?
Cube is the horizontal.
So when we use these tools that create horizontal lines, at what distance do they start to deviate from horizontal?
Immediately.
At what time does that horizontal line start to deviate and follow the curve?
Doesn't. I've said absolutely nothing contradictory.
That wonderful statement where they say level and horizontal is a myth.
You just got a picture, right?
Is a straight line. The definition of horizontal is perpendicular to the vertical.
All perpendiculars to a plane or parallel, yes.
I mean, earlier, Blue, you said that all perpendiculars to a plane are parallel.
Of course they are.
And then you posted this thing saying that each one of those normal vectors are perpendicular to that surface. So that surface is not sharing the same plane with all of those normal vectors, right?
Of course not.
Okay.
Could it?
All right.
All perpendiculars to a plane or parallel, yes.
Blue says that verticals, which are perpendicular to horizontal, converge. They are not parallel. Where on one hand, he says that all perpendiculars to a plane are parallel. And then he says that verticals, which are perpendicular to horizontal, are not parallel.
It is a gross misrepresentation.
Vertical is normal to water at one point.
You say that horizontal is only at a point where it intersects vertical, but horizontal is a straight line. Those are two contradictory positions.
Agreed. I'm struggling with that Blue, myself.
Thank you. See if you misrepresented me yet again. Say it one more time. Well, horizontal at a point would be perpendicular to vertical. That's right.
You say that horizontal is only at the point where it intersects vertical. How am I doing so far?
It's perfect.
Okay. And you also hold the position that horizontal is a straight line.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All perpendiculars to a plane or parallel, yes.
The auto levels and coincidence bubble levels establish a horizontal plane of reference, don't they?
Well, yeah, it'll establish a horizontal plane of reference, yeah.
All perpendiculars to a plane are parallel. Would you agree with that?
All perpendiculars to a plane or parallel, yes. Because the LIGO tubes have their own support and adjustments. Mm-hmm. They fine-tune that thing to make it perfectly straight.
Mm-hmm.
Realize you got a 4-foot diameter tube that's 2.5 miles long.
Can I ask where's the horizontal in relation to that?
Cube is the horizontal. Well, horizontal at a point would be perpendicular to vertical. That's right.
It's straight. It is straight though, right?
The LIGO tube is as straight as anybody could make it.
Okay, so what are you saying? The perpendiculars at the end are not perpendicular, but the perpendicular in the center is perpendicular.
Problem is, at the end of these LIGO arms, those lines are not perpendicular to the horizontal. Have a point how do you have a point at right angles to anything, Bev?
There you go. Horizontal in the middle, though, right? Because it's perpendicular to the vertical in the middle.
Exactly.
But that line then that goes from one end of the water level to the other is a horizontal line because it's perpendicular to the straight line, the vertical, right in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem with that.
So the water level establishes
Perfect.
a horizontal, Blue.
Oh, it doesn't.
What? A horizontal is a straight line, isn't it?
Oh.
Not a point.
Oh, shit. Sherlock. Do you understand what 90-degree angles are? Two lines cross at a 90-degree angle. They are perpendicular to one another. All perpendiculars to a plane are parallel, yes.
Horizontal is perpendicular to the vertical.
Two lines cross at a 90-degree angle. They are perpendicular to one another.
Yeah, two right lines.
This is your chance to
That's really
explain it all. Blue, you don't need to
Quite
ask
an
us our
archaic way of
understanding
saying
for
it, but
you
yeah,
to
you want
tell
to call
us.
them right line.
You don't
There's
need
no
to.
wrong line, so a right line if you like. Lines that intersect each other at a 90-degree angle are perpendicular to one another by definition. Any other line that intersects either one of them at a 90-degree angle will be parallel to the other. Perpendicular to the horizontal line is going to be parallel to all verticals by that definition.
Horizontal is perpendicular to the vertical. You don't get to pick your own definition. That is the definition of horizontal we are using. Perpendicular to the vertical. My question is, if you have several points and you take a horizontal from each of those points, are all those horizontals parallel to each other?
Yeah, all horizontals are parallel to each other. Yes, Bob.
Thank you.
All perpendiculars to a plane are parallel, yes.
When they say level is horizontal, they're talking about when they prepare their equipment, they level their equipment and they have it pointing on a horizontal plane. From that, they have their reference point, and it's the deviation on that plane that they're measuring.
The definition of level is a set elevation above a datum.
Exactly. Equal elevations are a curve. They're not a straight line. I have no misunderstanding about what elevation is.
You know, like if there's a vertical distance change, what's that called?
It's elevation.
A change in elevation is a change measured in vertical, like actually measured, not calculated, but measured.
Yes.
Vertical is normal to water at one point.
It's gibberish. You're assuming that the laser that the mirror is suspended in such a manner that it would be it would be held in place perfectly perpendicular. And that is not necessarily true. I could tilt that mirror any way I want to. There is an arc connecting those 2 points.
Where's the
A
arc
straight line.
coming from?
A straight line. The curvature of the earth.
Right.
Practical purposes, level and horizontal are identical.
I'm talking. At one point, horizontal and level are the same. Are different points which establish a horizontal perpendicular to each of those individual points. Are they all parallel? Yes or no?
All perpendiculars to a plane are parallel, yes.
Now, in light of the fact that you've been presented with the facts, why do you keep persisting with this silliness?